Hey guys, Trent here coming at you with another video. So got a lot of sales to show you. Sales are firing off after that, buying that big Masters of the Universe toy lot, vintage toy lot. So I got some really big sales and compilation of sales to show you. So let's take a look. So if you're new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Trent. I'm a part-time reseller on eBay. I do it for fun and profit and take you along for the journey. So please hit that subscribe button for more great videos in the future. Yeah, my room is actually like a mess because I've been packing stuff up. I need to clean things up too. And then I took down some of my toy display, trying to update some stuff and make videos about it. And then I want to get everything put back. So I'm working on that. And then I got a lot of sales. And I made enough sales to already, pretty much generally speaking, gross sales, make my money back for that big lot that I got of toys. So let's take a look. All right, a big sale from my recent epic toy lot. So a pretty big collector started buying a few items. I started listing the Power Lords Vulcan Rock stuff that I didn't need up, and he bought a few items. And also before that, he bought all the Arco the Otherworld weapons. Then he made an offer for the castle. Then we got to talking basically, and I ended up working out a deal to sell him all the Power Lords Vulcan Rock pieces that I didn't need. And then the Arco Otherworld Castle Zendo as well. So I'm happy because this in one sale makes most of my money back, and of course I got to harvest the pieces I needed for my Power Lords Vulcan Rock playset and a lot of other good items. I got a lot more sales to make, and I'm going to turn a profit and keep some awesome items for my collection. And so that's where we're at. So actually, I ended up making him a deal. I sold him this castle for $200, which I think is actually realistically a decent rate considering the completeness of it and stuff. So he explained to me he actually bought another one of these castles for about $200 as well, or for $200, and he's trying to piece two castles together into one good castle. So it makes sense to me, because that's pretty much, if you want to collect this castle and you want to get a good one, that's pretty much the only way you can do it, is you have to buy multiple castles. That's how rare it is. You got to wait till somebody's selling a castle, buy it, and get to harvest the good pieces you need off of it. And then the same goes with the Power Lords Vulcan Rock playset. He has one, and then he bought a second one to try to get harvest parts off, and he still needed more parts for his official collection Power Lords Vulcan Rock playset. And then now he bought all my remaining pieces as well that he didn't need. He needed some of them, but the ones he didn't need, he's going to add to that second playset that he has just mainly a shell for, and try to make that more of an enticing set. Because again, yeah, this stuff is so rare that you got to find somebody that's actually collecting it, right? So rarity doesn't always equate to high demand. You know, the right person has to come along, and that's when you can make your money. So I thought I should definitely take advantage of this opportunity, and it turned out really good in my opinion. So total gross sales for all that stuff, about $580 is what he paid. So I'm going to pack this stuff up very carefully, and it's all going to one customer, so that's really cool. And another collector is, oh actually, whoop, this too. I tore everything down because I'm working on updating my Vulcan Rock playset as well, those bridges as well. So all my spare Vulcan Rock playset stuff I didn't need, and then so I'll be making a updated Vulcan Rock playset video on my toy channel. And yeah, this buyer actually I think is a YouTuber as well. He didn't tell me specifically that he was, so, and I figured out I think who he is. Pretty big collector, pretty big YouTuber, and pretty big seller too actually. I think mainly selling parts and pieces of toys that he doesn't need for his collection, you know, same as kind of I do. So nice sale. And with that one sale, and then Mike buying something from me, I'm pretty much to the point of gross sales getting my money back. Obviously fees and all that shipping got to come out, so I might not be quite into the profit zone yet, but I'm getting there. A few more sales and I'll have it. But there we go. He got all my rare stuff. We'll put it that way. All my rare stuff that I had for sale is gone now, so it's back to the more common stuff, which I have a lot of it though. A lot of good common stuff still for sale to process and get for sale, and stuff for sale, and stuff that sold. Well, look, let me pack this up and then I'll show you the rest of the sales. All right, next up we got Mike's Fright Zone. So it's going out. Mike got all the accessories and everything. So I hope you enjoy this in your collection, and thanks for buying it from me, and gets me closer to making my money back. Really appreciate it. All right, here's some more. I took 4 of the Horde crossbows, Vintage Masters of the Universe 4 Horde crossbows, and put them up. 28.60 total pay by the customer for those. Then Ram Man from the lot, $13.91 total pay by the customer. Then I've had these 4 Nerf dart tag, different color dart blasters, all the same model, for a long time. Finally took a best offer on those, sold them for $32.58 total pay by the customer for those. All right, here's a couple more. Sold these 3 Nerf laser tag, Tiger Nerf laser tag. Those sold for $35.31 total pay by the customer. Then dug up this old Atari flashback console, a flashback 2 console with the 2 controllers. It works. $26.99 total pay by the customer. All right, then I sold the last of my Panasonic KXTG EA20 phones, the handset with the batteries and the hanging clip. $16.11 total pay by the customer. Here's one, a magazine for a Nerf blaster called Nitro. It shoots cars. Replacement clip. $13.32 total pay by the customer. And finally, this vintage Robotech Zentradi Cannon. Vintage accessory for a vehicle, I think. $21.48 total pay by the customer. All right, got some more sales. I sold this Sony. This is a PSP audio video cables so you can hook a Sony PlayStation Portable to the TV. That's actually a pretty good cable. $27.08 total pay by the customer. And vintage G1 Transformers blaster that goes on a figure named Brawl. That one $10.70 total pay by the customer. And I sold this Spy Code game. That was one of the board games I found at Goodwill. This is like probably the worst one because it's a bigger box, and it only ended up selling $25.19 total pay by the customer. But all the rest of them were smaller boxes and sold for more, so it's all good. All of them can't be winners. Then sold this Miss Pac-Man game. So this stuff I dug up from, I have this inventory on the shelves that had just been sitting there and never processed. Miss Pac-Man game. One of those plug and plays, pretty nice one. $26.94 total pay by the customer. All right, here's a nice batch of sales. Sold this Rock Band guitar in the box. Box is beat up. I'm going to be just putting mailers around it and shipping in the box. I put that in my listing. It has the game disc with case and its strap, and that's pretty much it. It's for the Wii. That one sold for $75.76 total pay by the customer. I had that one sitting around for a long time. I just never did anything with it. Finally getting through some of my old shelves of inventory here. This old Mary Kate Ashley Olsen Game Boy game. $6.41 total pay by the customer. This vintage Darkwing Duck little codes book for one of the figures, Darkwing Duck figures. $10.96 total pay by the customer. Here's a DVD I bought from the Goodwill one time, Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is sealed, complete book 2 collection. It's $14.83 total pay by the customer. This old Spider-Man mask, Lizard Man mask. I think that came in a toy bag, just coincidentally, with other toys that I bought. I put it up for sale, and it did sell. $10.93 total pay by the customer. Nothing special. I've had this for a long time. I paid $3 for this Fisher-Price Imagine-X cool dragon. It's a cool thing. It's just not very valuable, I guess. Dragon boat. It looked like it would be valuable, but Fisher Price Imagine X isn't as good most of the time. $25.91 total paid by the customer. I've had that one for a while. And then finally, a vintage Masters of the Universe Buzz-Off figure, just the loose figure itself. $12.95 total paid by the customer. All right, here's a few sales. I sold my last of that Eighth Bat Hound. I had a bunch of these that I got from Goodwill, damaged packaging. This is the last one to sell, so I sold them all, made my money back, and got to keep one of the Bat Hounds. There he is, riding. Freddy Krueger's riding him. Got to keep one, make a few bucks, and make my money back. $17.24 total paid by the customer for that. Sold this Battle Armor He-Man, fair condition, action feature working. Buyer says they're gonna reband the legs. $13.85 total paid by the customer. Then I sold this Xbox controller called Newbie. It looks like it's never been used. It's got what looks like the original twist tie. It's just that the cable had a little nick in it somewhere. Oh yeah, right up here. Looks like the wire's okay. So normally that sell pretty well, but sold it for a little bit less. $32.09 total paid by the customer. All right, here's a couple sales. These two Super Soakers, I piece those together. Like occasionally I buy a toy bag and there'd be one of them in there. So I got two of them. I had three, but one of them didn't work. So I had three different sizes, so I ended up only putting two for sale. Sat for a long time, but I finally sold them. $19.26 total paid by the customer. These are pretty light. I might get away with first class. Probably not. It's probably still 2 pounds. And then this Panasonic phone, KXTGE820, with the charging cradle and everything. $21.71 total paid by the customer. All right, I sold these two phones. Somebody bought two of them. I made a deal with them, $15 a piece, free shipping. So $30 for these two Panasonic phone sets with the charging cradles and batteries. So that's pretty nice, finishing out that lot of phones that I bought. Well, all right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.